Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Harakakadash, the bonus to the apostles and elders, great most honorable wall, and Shalom to all the brothers doing the work of serving truth. Yeah. Got this article on AP's guide into essentially Russia's hypersonic missiles, which is funny because the way they're described, how they operate, it basically makes it so America's on the back foot, which is why you don't really hear them mention that much. They're not trying to acknowledge or deal with it, because if they do, it's they're holding the L. So it says Russia's hypersonic missile, armed ship to patrol global seas. It says the Russian President Vladimir Putin on Wednesday sent a frigate armed with the country's latest Zircon hypersonic missile on a trans-ocean cruise in a show of force as tensions with the West escalate over the war in Ukraine. Russia touts that the Zircon missile can evade any Western air defenses by flying at an astounding 7,000 miles an hour. There is a glance at the ship and its weapons. Yeah, so 7,000 miles an hour. I was seeing what I was gonna highlight. I was gonna say, but yeah, it says it can evade current air defenses, and I think now the pinnacle has been the Iron Dome in in the state of Israel. But there's gonna have been further developments, but they might just not be speaking about them. But it says what commissioned by the Navy in 2018 following long trials, the Admiral Gorshkov is the first ship in a new series of frigates which were designed to replace the aging Soviet-built destroyers as a key strike component of the Russian Navy. Armed with an array of missiles, the ship is 130 meters long with a crew of 200. In 2019, it circled the world's oceans on a 350,000 nautical mile journey. The Admiral Gorshkov has served as the main testbed for the latest Russian hypersonic missile, Zircon. In recent years, the Zircon has undergone a series of tests, including being launched at various practice targets. The military declared the test successful, and Zircon officially entered service last fall. So yeah, these are the missiles with capability where they're essentially moving in a realm where the modern systems ain't competing. Because as far as especially when you're dealing with nuclear strike capabilities, it's been ICBMs, like atmospheric re-entry, where they go into the stratosphere and then come down, which also means there's a certain amount of time for you to engage with them. But these don't comply with the same. They don't have to deal with the same constraints. So as a Zircon is intended to arm Russian cruisers, frigates, and submarines, and could be used against both enemy ships and ground targets. It is one of the several hypersonic missiles that Russia developed. It says Putin has hailed Zircon as a potent weapon capable of penetrating any existing anti-missile defenses by flying 9 times faster than the speed of sound at a range of more than 1,000 kilometers. Putin has emphasized that Zircon gives the Russian military a long-range conventional strike capability, allowing it to strike any enemy targets with precision. Russia's hypersonic weapons drive emerged as the US has been working on its own conventional prompt global strike capability that envisions hitting an adversary's strategic targets with precision-guided conventional weapons anywhere in the world within 1 hour. So yeah, it's just like in the Cold War where you had depending on what countries were holding missiles, that was kind of how they were competing, where they wanted to either have nuclear submarines or have like missile bases placed where as soon as they detect a strike coming from the other side, like if the Russians detect the American strike and or vice versa, then they want to be able to respond and shoot missiles back in the same time and get off warnings. That's why, Russia basically having the ability to strike swifter. Then, the US has to come up with a solution, because otherwise, you know, it's basically gets to the point where, Russia will be able to threaten, to just wipe out certain spots. And then what do you call it? Yeah, there's gonna be no response from the West. So as Putin heralded Zircon as Russia's answer to that, claiming that the new weapon has no rival, giving Russia a strategic edge. Months before ordering the invasion of Ukraine, Putin put the US and its NATO allies on notice when he warned that Russian warships armed with Zircon would give Russia a capability to strike the adversary's decision-making centers within minutes if deployed in neutral wars. So yeah, they were saying that they could hit London, they could hit parts of Europe, parts of the US, swiftly, which, hey, it's likely, and really it lines up with prophecy as well. Because as far as with that, read this, Joel 2 and 3, it says, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. Yeah. Basically got that, that fire over the front from the air resistance, then the fire on the back, which is the propulsion, basically sending them to where they're gonna, what you call it, man? Where they're gonna strike. Like it said, it turns it into desolation. He says, what? The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face the people shall be much pained, all faces shall gather blackness. Yeah, it's gonna be cold as hell. Cause why? Cause as far as with these with these missiles, it's a lack. Yeah, these missiles they're gonna move uniform, man. When they're gonna be sent off, when they're gonna have where they're striking at, they're gonna hit it with precision, and there's not gonna be any just fall off and miss their target. They're gonna accomplish what they've been basically set up to do, because with that missile, it's what Isaiah 44, no, it's like Isaiah 54:16 says, behold, I've created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. Yeah, that weapon's basically what? It's the waster. And the waster's been made what? To destroy, to bring an end to this current system, this current rulership. That's the main, that's the key objective. That's just why it was brought into existence. For what? For bringing an end to this place. Going back, it says Joel 2, start from verse 5. So it says, like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Yeah, they're gonna be maneuvering like an army, man. When you see the missiles flying out, they're gonna be moving. It's like you have air shows. You have air shows where you have like planes flying in formation. That's how the missiles are gonna be moving, like an army in formation. It says, before their face the people shall be much pained, all faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war. They shall march every one in his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Yeah. they're gonna, they're gonna go in formation. They're gonna accomplish what they've been set up to do. It says, neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk everyone his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. Yeah, they ain't gonna fall on, just collide into each other and then just blow up in the sky. It's gonna be what? They're gonna, it says what? They shall run to and fro in the city, and shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter into the windows like a thief. Yeah. So they're gonna climb them walls, all these defenses, these defense systems. They're gonna amount to naught. Because of why? The end goal, the end, the end conclusion is gonna be what? That they're gonna get put on smash. That's how what do you call it, man? That's how Esau's gonna end, man. Put on smash. And that's what, these technologies being developed for. Because ICBMs has been what it is, but now they got hypersonic. That new technology. After what everyone was saying, like, oh, these guys ain't gonna be able to accomplish anything. But hey, spirit's been put on them. So yeah, I'll leave it there. So praise to Yahweh, Hashem Yashai, Hashem Makakadash. Shalom, shalom.